This is something a friend of mine posted. He allowed me to read it here for you. It's pretty incredible how much our understanding of scientific truth has changed in the last century. For example, I was recently talking to someone who still hadn't heard of that dinosaurs had feathers. While showing her some of the latest findings, I myself was surprised to see that the Alvarez hypothesis that an asteroid killed off the dinosaurs only dates back to 1980. And the asteroid that formed the Chicxulub crater was definitively implicated as the culprit barely 6 years ago in 2016. I'd honestly felt like this was firmly established fact for much longer than that. But it seems that when Jurassic Park came out, the extinction of dinosaurs was still a not conclusively solved mystery. In the same vein, this delightful bit of pathological science crossed my feed just now as well. It dates from 1911. It's a New York Times article headlined, "Martians Build Two Immense Canals in 2 years. Vast engineering works accomplished in incredibly short time by our planetary neighbors. Wonders of the September sky." I knew that the experts of the day believed that there was evidence of a civilization on Mars, a civilization that was trying to survive on a dying planet whose landscape was drying out, and who had resorted to constructing colossal aqueduct system to draw water from the poles. This set the premise for a lot of absolutely beautiful classic sci-fi, from Edgar Rice Burroughs' Barsoom series to the dry dying world portrayed in Ray Bradbury's Martian Chronicles and Heinlein's Stranger in a Strange Land. What I didn't realize was just how much of the story was presented as known, established scientific fact to the general public. How much of it was hailed as revealed truth delivered down from on high by the intellectual powers of experts, and the extent to which anyone who raised an eyebrow and said, "I don't think they know what they're talking about," was ridiculed and shunned and accused of not believing science. These canals on Mars were eventually revealed to be an optical illusion caused by the way the human visual system processes blurry images, which were all that could be seen from the ground-based telescopes at the time. Really kind of makes you wonder, or makes me wonder at least, how much of the rigid, thoroughly proven, widely believed, 99% consensus facts that we currently call science will still be believed by people 111 years from now. And how much will not so distant future humans in 2133 look back and chuckle and say, "Oh, those quaint primitive rubes from 2020. They actually believed X. They structured entire political movements around X. They allocated the economies of entire nations around X. And they thought they were being scientifically advanced. Ha! Oh, those dears." And of course, the people of 2244 will in turn say the same about them. There we have it. I thought that was worth sharing, and I think it's a good observation of the way things were, the way things are, and the way things probably will be in the future. I would argue that the accuracy of information we're receiving now is better than it was in the past, and it shall be better still 111 years in the future. It will still involve humans with our own limitations, with our own tendency to believe certain things, to want to be right, to think that we know the end of history and that we know everything that there is to be known. And my friend also adds here that the article is incredibly boring and repetitive, harping primarily on affirmations that the astronomer was meticulous in his observations, that we should feel certain that these canals didn't exist 2 years ago and do now, and that we should rest assured that these sightings aren't merely optical illusions. New York Times, y'all. 1911.